Hey everybody, this is your boy Urs, and you're listening to the Escape Pod Cast. Portions of this show were recorded in front of a live studio audience. Now who's ready to make love on those HotUtils, baby?
One is a Grand Arena specialist from the UK. The other is a territory battle tactician from the US. Together, there are no signs of intelligent life on board. With both having played this game since launch, the one thing we are sure of is that you will be entertained. The Escape Pod Cast, a service of the Escape Pod Castaways. A weekly podcast about the mobile game Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Live from the network studios of Yavin 4, here are your hosts, Neil Andrew Eyre and Paul Anthony.
Coming up on this week's edition of the Escape Pod Cast.
For a slow week, it sure was an interesting one.
Territory Battles is here with a very small problem.
What do you mean? What's the small problem?
The text is very small. You can't tell what phase you're on.
There is a bigger problem, though.
What do you mean? What's the bigger problem?
The community is missing Grand Arena Championships.
Well, I wouldn't say I'm particularly missing it, Neil.
Yeah, you just want to be funny, don't you, Paul?
Well, it's how I deal with stress.
Well, I got as one of your favorite stress relievers for our interview this week.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You made good on your promise, and we got Star Wars Dad to come on the show.
That is Nooch for the uninitiated and uneducated. Not the Nooch, just Nooch.
We'll talk to him about his quickly growing channel and what new Star Wars projects that he's been working on.
The latest episode of Helly and the Noob.
And Patreon's choice on the bridge.
All this and breaking news as and if it happens.
Right here on the Escape Pod Cast.
The Escape Pod Cast News.
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of the Escape Podcast. I'm your host, the Nev, and as always, I'm joined by my hetero life partner, Paul. Paul, it wasn't indie enough. How are you?
Come on. I mean,
It's
George
not.
Carlin
No.
in the beginning of Dogma is classic.
Brilliant. No, don't. And that's what I'm talking. It was. Look. I'm going to ask the people in chat. All right. We've just been very, very briefly discussing Kevin Smith. Right. I say that only his first three count. Clerks, Chasing Amy, and Mallrats. They were all classic indie movies. Everything else afterwards, way too commercial. He says Dogma counts as an indie. Dogma does not count. It is not a Kevin Smith indie movie. It's just not. It's big budget commercial, you know.
I think Dogma is the last of the classics.
I'm not saying it's not good. I'm simply saying that it is not indie. And he was, those first three that he did, they were indie classics.
Oh, I totally agree, and they are part of my the movie quotes that I'll make all day long. But Dogma is included in there, especially with Jason Lee. I'm an effing demon.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's
and it did have a pretty. I mean, that's the thing. It had, and look at the cast, for God's sakes. You just got to look at the cast to see that it's not indie. You could not possibly class it as indie. It had Salma Hayek. Alan Rickman, for God's sakes, it had Alan bloody Rickman in it. You can't class it as indie with Alan Rickman in it. He was Hollywood A-list, for God's sakes. No, does not class. It's not indie. It's a good movie, but it's way, way, way too commercial. It's not indie.
all right. Well,
Anyway,
we'll agree to disagree on that. It's a
Tangent
quadrilogy instead of a trilogy as far as the classics. All right. So, welcome to the show. We had to air our grievance with each other right off the bat. But Hellenix, I was about to get to that. Happy first birthday to Baby Bundy. Al Bundy, one of very, very, very good friends of the show, is his baby boy just celebrated his first birthday, so we want to make sure that baby Bundy gets a big shout out. So, all right, Neil.
Mm-hmm.
It's been an odd week. It hasn't been slow.
It's been an awful week. Horrendous. Look at my hands.
The podcast can't hear hands, but he's shaking there. Thank you very, very much, JJ.
I'm
Manners.
shaking. I have to keep my hands on the desk.
We were supposed to have Grand Arena start this week.
Yes, we were.
If you follow all of the, what's it called? If you follow the cadence that has been precedent for what, Neil? A year and a half of Grand Arena championships?
Forever. Since Grand Arena first started. It's never broken. Ever. It has not broken. I mean, there was that weird week where they started at a day early and we had to have a full week of it starting early. And then they did another week early because they forgot to make the change to put it back to its normal schedule. So we had those 2 weird weeks, but we've never, it's just, Grand Arena goes for a month, then we have a week's break, and then another month and a week's break, another. It's like clockwork, So this is just, this delay. It's got a lot of people speculating. It's got me speculating. I have spawned some crazy ass theories as to exactly what it is they're doing. And I base that off the fact that we've seen them make changes to GAC during that 1 week period before when they did the reboot, when they rebooted the divisions. And that would have taken, that still would have taken quite a lot of coding changes to the mode itself. They did that in 1 week, and then it got launched. Yeah, I remember getting ridiculously excited during the break. I went live when the news got dropped that they were.
That was a wonderful day.
That was an awesome day when they rebooted the divisions. But like I said, that was one change, and they did that in the week, which does lead me to believe, and I'm concerned because I blogged about this several months ago. In fact, I blogged about it the week they made the changes to Territory Wars. The week they made the changes to Territory Wars and they made more changes to Conquest, I wrote a blog basically saying, don't you dare touch GAC. Just leave it. As much as I would love to see this change and that change and that change and that change, leave it alone because you can't change. They don't change things and then them go along as normal. And clearly they're going to make a bunch of changes. So the next month of 5E5 is going to be a nightmare because whatever changes they do, something's going to go wrong because nothing ever goes right when they make major changes. And it might be one of my crazy theories. I don't think it's going to be one of my crazy theories, but it'd be nice. Crazy theory number 1. A live GAC, that would be nice. That would be really nice to be able to do GAC live. That would be awesome. But it's a pie in the sky theory because everybody plays at different time zones, different places in the world. It never works. So that moves on to crazy theory number 2, that they're going to give people the option to choose who they're going to fight, which would be totally awesome. But again, that kicks in with the whole time zone thing and
right.
Not really working. So I'm resigned to the fact that they're probably going to do the things that we expect them to do. So they're going to change the matchmaking algorithm. They're going to change the way that auto deploys are because obviously we've been complaining.
Oh my gosh, that would be wonderful.
So they're probably changing the coding for matchmaking, the coding for auto deploys, and I think that they're going to alter the rewards so that there are extra crystal. There are crystal rewards added to the weekly rewards, and they'll probably add Relic 8 and Relic 9 to the end of the month rewards, depending on what you're put. So like you might get some Relic 8. You might get some Relic 8 salvage for finishing in the top 1,000, and you might get some Relic 9 for finishing in the top 100, because finishing in those ain't easy. You've actually, if you want those rewards, you have to compete, which, you know, would encourage more engagement in the mode. I think they'll probably throw some QOL stuff in there as well. You know, some quality of like an unjoin button, so that, you know, because if you join and then you're like, crap, I forgot to do the mods, you know, you can unjoin, do your mods, and then rejoin, you know, in that first 24-hour period. Right. So because that would be a good quality of life thing.
That would be, it would be nice.
That would be it, but that's not like a major change. That's just a QOL thing. They would simply implement the same coding for joining GAC that they have for Territory Wars, you know? And then another QOL would be being able to swap your mods around between between rounds for, you know, for those people that are hardcore GAC. Just, you know, what
about putting Omicrons in there? One Zeta, one Omicron, one Omega for first, an Omicron and a Omega for second, third, fourth.
Yeah, I do. I think that I do genuinely think that they're going to seriously beef up. I do. I really think that they're going to beef up the rewards for GAC, because you and I have seen the numbers, and they've either plateaued or in some instances gone down. So the engagement in GAC, it peaked the month after they did the reboot, the division reboot. So a lot of people went back then, but then it started to come down. But what did they do?
Something coincided with that, though, the time when it started dipping down, and that was the nerf.
The big nerf, yeah. Exactly. Which brings me on to this, you know, I mean, they gave us some very, very specific reasons why they did that with respect to GAC. They didn't want off-meta beating GLs. And, you know, that was how they explained it. That was why they did it. They wanted to redo the defense and all of that. I get that. That's fine. Katarn. What they secretly meant was they didn't want the later GLs being beaten by off-meta counters. They couldn't care less about Slacker and GL Ray. Clearly, they didn't care, because you can still beat Slacker with off-meta counters, and you can now, with the introduction of Karl Katarn, also now beat Ray with off-meta counters.
I have not seen this. Tell me about this.
Mon Mothma with Karl Katarn.
Mothma with Kyle.
So Mon Mothma, Kara, Hoth, Rebel Scout, and Pow. So we're not even talking about popular Rebel fighters here, but what is it? Arnold's done it. What was it? Playbook did it first, and then Arnold did it. It's doable. We're not talking Relic 7s here either. We're talking 5s, 4s, and 3s. They just need to be modded correctly. It destroys GL Ray. And we're not talking about cheese GL Ray. We're talking GL Ray with a full resistance team. So, like I said, they're happy to nerf stuff that beats the more expensive GLs, and they couldn't care less about people being off meta counter the original GLs, those first two GLs.
Speaking of the more expensive GLs, for those that have been following along, I have made a push for Kenobi, and I got there this morning, Neil.
Nice one. I just took mine to Relic 7 yesterday.
There you go.
We're both in the same boat.
Yep. So I swear we're going to end up... I didn't look at the thing last week.
Did you mean you just started it, or you just got him?
I just started the...
Right, okay, so you just started the event. You haven't just got... Oh, right. So I thought I got confused. I thought you meant you just got him, as in you actually physically have him.
No, right. I just started the farm. I got 77 tickets right now in the bank. I'm going to, practice up and maybe do a stream of me unlocking Kenobi.
Mm-hmm.
We have to do something because there is no GAC. We have to find something to stream. There is no GAC right now.
It's doing my head in. I'm hating it. I really, really am hating it.
Thank you.
Feelgood. Dude, where's your car?
Dr. Feelgood, thank you for the 250 bits.
Thank you very much. Yeah. So, but yeah, I'm just worried. That's all. I'm worried. I'm glad that I was wrong. I'm because after they did the reboot because Conquest and there was Conquest and there was challenges and there was a bunch of other stuff in. So when they did the reboot of GAC, I actually said, right, that's it. That this is all we're getting. Let's just be thankful that they've rebooted the divisions, because I don't think they're going to do anything to GAC for at least another 12, maybe even 24 months now. And I said that the month they did the reboot, and that was only that was only 4 months ago. Sorry, 4 months plus 5 months. So the reboot was 5 months ago. So I was wrong on that, because we'll hit that 6th month and there's going to be something different. There needs to be something different.
Well,
they cannot make us wait 4 weeks. They can't make us wait a month to bring back GAC, having done nothing to it, like zero. If they bring it back and nothing's changed, we're all going to be like, why? Seriously, I will go off my gore. I will DM Crumb, I will DM Doja, and I'll be like, seriously, why? Because all you've done is pissed a bunch of people off for zero reason, for no reason. Bagel.
Well, you have a post that's making the rounds of this supposed beta tester out there. That
no. I
says
don't think,
there are changes.
I don't think the person that made the post is the beta tester. I think he had a conversation with a beta tester.
Regardless, their uncle's friend's cousin works at Nintendo and says that there's a super star power if you walk backwards with Mario in World 2-3.
Yes, Herbalist Fist.
Yeah.
So because this does have some GA stuff in it, which leads on, adds to the conversation we're currently having. So hey, I have some insider info. Beta tester. Big changes. 2 arenas will impact daily source of crystal income dramatically. Also, Qui-Gon Jinn Omicron is supposed to be unreal. Brush the dust off. Useless GR Jedi, apparently. It's the gas equivalent. Where you can't damage surrounding GR Jedi until killing Qui-Gon Jinn. And then after he dies, the offense bonuses are god tier. I'm saving it for I'm saving it. The grammar is awful.
Yeah, it really
I'm
is.
Saving for it over placement on Phasma or others. So yes, that would be a pretty badass. That would be a pretty badass
Omicron
for Qui-Gon Jinn. Apparently, they are heavily considering getting rid of arenas and creating some sort of daily tournament type of activity, and then also adding heavy crystal rewards to GAC. Hercules.
I cannot see. This is where it loses me.
Something good for us, Kyber consistents. Kyber consistence, not a word, dude. Okay. Overall, it could be a community killer, though. Just a heads up. Also, the feedback is that Star Killer is underwhelming, but that the fortunes needed for unlock are the real prize. Next capital ship is likely to be Sith with Nihilus. So, just want to say, for those of you that have been watching us long enough, you'll know. Go back. You got to go back to beyond 2 years, okay? Where it says here. the middle bit. Apparently, they are heavily considering getting rid of arenas and creating some sort of daily tournament, and then also adding heavy crystal rewards for GAC. That is something that they have wanted to do for years. CG has wanted to phase out the arenas for as long as I can remember. Had conversations with Carrie about it. You know, it is something that they wanted to phase out. It wasn't feasible for them to do something like that 2/3 years ago because there wasn't any areas in the game where they could have phased it out to. There were no modes, there were no game modes that they could have phased out arena rewards and then kind of like spread them out somewhere else. But they could do that with GAC. Phasing out the arenas makes good fiscal sense for the it does make good financial sense for CG and for EA's bottom line, because if they're not giving hundreds of thousand crystals away every single day, then the people that spend in order to maintain that high position will have to supplicate that free crystal income by spending more. That they're not concerned about free to play not getting crystals. What they're thinking in the back of their mind is, well, the 15 of the top 20 of this shard are all big spenders. We really shouldn't be giving them free crystals when they're going to spend anyway. So let's take away that 2,500 in crystals that they're going to get every single week and make them have to buy it. You know,
see,
make
they
them
do
spend.
that. They do that. They're going to lose so many people that have that, especially those who are immediate pay to win. If they lose crystal income in any form or fashion that is not supplemented elsewhere, because the immediate pay to win go after one squad and use squad arena and use fleet arena as their crutch, if you will.
Mm-hmm. See, I think that me personally, I mean, squad arena number one every single day, 500. That's 500 crystals every single day to the thousands of arena shards, because there will be thousands of arena shards. Active arena shards, and every single day they're giving up 500, them 4, them, you know, obviously it tapers down, but they're giving literally, each arena shard is giving thousands of crystals away every single day. And multiply that number by more thousands, you're talking hundreds of thousands of crystals given away on a daily basis. They would look at something like GAC and say, well, let's make a nice big chunky crystal reward for first, and then we'll do one for second, third, fourth, fifth, and we'll even give a crystal for reward for someone at 8. So 8th would be like the equivalent of finishing outside the top 500. So 50 crystals to the person that finishes last, you know, between 500 and 1,000 crystals for the person that finishes top, and then maybe some crystals at the end of the month. I would argue maybe 1,000 for first. And if you get first 4 weeks on the trot, that's 4,000 crystals that you've made in the month, which isn't as much as you would be getting if you were free to play getting first in the squad arena. But the purpose of withdrawing from squad arena and moving the crystals elsewhere is so that CG don't have to give away as many crystals.
If they take arena and they turn it into a daily grand arena, there's going to be blood. There's absolutely going to be blood. Because you're already putting in the time to make your arena climb in that 1 hour. Some of us spend 20 minutes in the game here, there, and then, you know, I log in 3 to 4 times a day for 20 minutes each at most.
Mm-hmm.
Spend my energy, do my events, take care of anything that's a guild event, And then after that, it's, pop in to make sure I get my dailies complete with the squad arenas, and then collect my energy and hit ships. Do my ship climb. 20 minutes, maybe 25 if I get knocked down far enough. I mean, I'm happy sitting in the top 100 in squad arena. Sure, I'd love to be above 50. I do push for that. But seeing... I woke up the other day to being 112th in squad arena. Don't know where that came from. I have no idea where that came from. I usually hover 60s, 50s. It was an eye-opener to, okay, I need to get back up there. And I honestly think it was Thanksgiving and the Hyperdrive bundle discount to blame, because a lot of people were getting those arena, getting those quests. Some people don't know, when you buy the Hyperdrive bundle, you also get quests that give you additional stuff, like, win 25 grand arena battles, do that, spend 1,000 energy here. It was absolutely disheartening to see that, but at least it's somewhere where you can focus.
They're going to change that. I don't think that they will just stop squad arenas. I don't think that the squad arenas are going to just cease to exist. CG are going to evolve it into something that's just a different format while maintaining the same name. So it will still be called Squad Arena, and it will still be called Fleet Arena. They're just going to evolve it into something different. So instead of a climb to number 1 or a climb to whatever position you're physically capable of climbing to using 5 battles, they're going to change the format, and they're going to change the reward system for whatever format they change it to. Whether it's a daily tournament, I don't know. But if they change it to a daily, tournament, however they do it, they're going to have to do it so that people can still do their however many battles it is they expect people to do in their payout climb, in the hour, or maybe they change it so that it doesn't matter, because if there's no time constraints on a payout hour, then, and if it's a tournament format, a daily tournament format, and it doesn't matter when you do it, maybe they're changing the squad arena format so that there are no time constraints on when you do your battles. So you're not doing your 5 battles the hour before you get paid out. You can do however many battles it is in this daily tournament throughout the day, and it doesn't matter what time you do it.
Here's the problem. If they're putting a grand arena like squad arena type of thing spin on it, that takes it from 2 battles all the way up to, I mean, what 1 to 4, 5, 4 plus the 2 ships. That takes it to 16 battles in a day, and where you can also get people putting FU defenses. It's not fun.
It's not fun for people that don't like the Grand Arena Championship format. We don't know.
Do you
they
enjoy an FU defense where it's entirely FU against you, to where you can't play the game?
Well, it's not that I don't enjoy it, because I know I'm going to win against an FU defense because my opponent's got nothing for offense. So I know I'm going to win. I just get kind of a little bit miffed because I know I'm not going to get a full clear. When I face an FU defense, I always win because my opponent has put everything on defense. They've got nothing for offense. I know they're not going to full clear me. I'm not going to full clear them. I just take out the stuff that allows me to score more banners than my opponent. So it's kind of like it's 6 of one and half a dozen of the other. I'm happy because I know I'm going to win, But on the other hand, I'm not happy because I know I'm probably not going to get the full clear.
Yeah.
But I also know that my opponent isn't more than likely not going to get past, my front row. And that's what makes me happy. So I'll take out the bottom, I'll take out the bottom 2 territories on an FU defense, and my opponent won't get past my front wall. Right. So I know I'll win, but I'm not going to get the full clear. And you know how much I love to get the full clear.
I need to lower my blood pressure for a moment. Let's take a quick 4-minute break. There's no Patreon board this week. Let's take a quick break. We'll be right back after this, right here on the Escape Podcast.
HotBot in HotUtils is one of the most comprehensive tools for Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes.
With integration into the super useful mod tool Grand Ivory, HotUtils can help you tackle some of the most difficult aspects of the game.
Not sure how to mod your roster for a certain game mode?
Use one of the many filters that automatically assigns the right mods to the right character in accordance with your guild needs.
Now with the digital features that can assist you and your guild officers in territory battles and territory wars, HotUtils is an amazing value.
And don't forget the useful tools for yourself in Grand Arena, like the in-depth and customizable compare feature.
Got multiple accounts like Neil, but not the time to remod them all?
With this one-stop utility, you can switch between your alts and never miss a mod upgrade or a mod switch before locking into GAC or Territory Wars.
Starting at just $5 a month, you don't want to miss out on these great tools.
HotUtils is the new official remodding service for the Escape Pod Cast.
Visit HotUtils.com to learn more. That's HotUtils.com. And go ahead and spice up your Galaxy of Heroes experience.
Followers, be sure to support the shows brought to you on the Escape Podcast Twitch and YouTube channel by becoming a Patreon. For as little as $2 a month, you can support us and get a little extra for yourself. With tiered rewards, including access to Shitty Bill's Arena tracking bot, after-show access, inclusion in the GA Center leaderboards, behind-the-scenes access, and much more. There is something for everyone on our Discord server. Head on over to Patreon, that is patreon.com/The Escape Pod, and sign up today. Thank you for supporting and listening to the Escape Podcast.
We want you. Join the GAC Chain Gang today. This is the commander of the 506 Procrastination Battalion and the leader of the GAC Chain Gang. I am sending out a call to action for any SWGOH content creators on Twitch who would be willing to broadcast their GAC attack rounds alongside some of our best, including Mr. Jigabachi, Dr. Zeppers, Rico 1982, and the Bounty Honeys. What is the Chain Gang, you ask? We are an amazing group of content creators who are dedicated on streaming the Grand Arena Championship attack rounds on Twitch. The idea is to provide continuous content back-to-back from one streamer to the next and allow the viewers to enjoy more SWGOH content, as well as enjoy the variety of streamers that are currently present in the group. If you are interested in joining the Chain Gang, please reach out to myself on Discord at AndyBees, #7465, or you can send us a message on our Twitter page at ChainGAC. Join us today. We have your back.
The Escape Pod Cast.
And welcome back to the Escape Podcast. Blood pressure's still high, but we do have to thank JJ Manners during the last segment for gifting a sub to Sephiranus. And also, we believe that it might be Iron Zupa Gaming who became a Patreon last week. So if that was you, Iron, thank you very much for the Patreon bid.
And if it's not, we thank whoever it actually is.
And if it's not, we thank you whoever it is.
If it's, yeah.
Your name starts with J, and I'm personally thanking you without saying your name publicly. Unless you want me to, let me know.
Yeah, so Hellenix is going on and 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 on.
What's new? What's new? Hellenix is we love our moderator. We love our moderators.
So Hellenix mentioned tournaments, right? And my initial thought is to poo-poo that suggestion, because tournaments were and are remembered by the older generation, you know, as old
the
guys.
Swagga Boomers?
The Swagga Boomers walking around on their walking sticks. We remember how bad tournaments were. However, there's probably a large swathe of the community that has no idea what they are, right? So I wouldn't put it past CG to bring tournaments back in order to phase out Squad Arena. However, there is a caveat to that, because Hellenics, think about it this way, right? Think of someone that's been playing the game long enough that we know that is a proper player of the game, that was a content creator, but now actually works at CG, that would remember tournaments. Crazy excuses. Oh my gosh. Works.
Yeah.
Crazy excuses works at CG. So she would be the first person to say, no, effing no. You cannot bring tournaments back. They sucked. I was playing them and doing content on them before you guys even hired me. You can't do that.
Here's a pie chart. 75% no, 25% also no, but in red.
Yeah. So the caveat could be, whoa, just hold your horses, crazy. What if we brought tournaments back and you, being the old hat that you are, tell us exactly what was so bad about tournaments before, so we can make it A, more relevant, B, better, and C, playable. Because it needs to be playable, you know? So, yeah.
In a way, we have tournaments. They're called Galactic Challenges. They're just not PvP tournaments.
They're just not PvP. It's PvE. So, so that tournaments could be something that they could reintegrate. I mean, they wouldn't. I mean, they wouldn't be able to use the old format, because the old format would have been written in the spaghetti code. So it would have had, the whole new thing would have to be done.
Is this now Linguini code?
It could be Linguini, yeah, or fettuccine, yeah, definitely.
Bow tie pasta code. Unity is written in bow tie pasta code.
It's just that they've made these. They've made the user interface. When we had that big user interface change, you click on arenas and it brings up squad, fleet, and GAC. Right? They're trying to integrate as much as possible into these single menus, just like they did with Conquest and War. In that one menu, you tap on that and you see both the modes. You tap on Arena, you see 3 modes. So it's not that, like I said, it's not that I think that they're just going to get rid of it. I just think that they're going to evolve it into something that looks completely different from Squad Arena. So it validates their reason for changing the way that the rewards are going to be dished out, so that they're not giving hundreds of thousands of crystals away every single day. I think that they want to reduce it to hundreds of thousands of crystals a week, as opposed to hundreds of thousands of crystals a day. You know, the hardcore free to play will figure out a way. We always figure out a way to make a crystal income. My crystal income it's not that great. You know, I get 150 from Squad Arena because I finished top 50, and I get either 200 or 300 from Fleet Arena. Usually 200, because I'm kind of like, I could just hit 10. Literally, I'm just hitting 10. So it's tough going. It's tough going. Hoarding crystals for my Mara Jade that I'm going to get, next month. It's tough.
You still think that was a, I want to believe that the image was true.
Yeah, no, we've had Carl Katarn, we've had Cash Rendar, and
we didn't give him a nickname. What is Kyle Katarn's nickname going to be? because we already have Star Killer with the $sign or Wallet Killer, and we have Cash Rendar. We need to come up with Kyle Katarn's, whale nickname.
I just find it kind of like, you see, it's a conspiracy theory, which I'll explain during Patreon's choice. But
Kyle Kaching.
No, not Kyle Kaching. Think about this. What's Kyle Katarn's initials?
Kathleen Kennedy? What?
Yes, Kathleen Kennedy. And what GL does KK destroy with Mon Mothma? GL Ray. Kathleen Kennedy destroying her own creation in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. So, yeah. Because Kyle Katarn is...
I'm shaking my head. For the podcast listen-only people, I'm shaking my head in disbelief right now.
So, because Kyle Katarn is the GL Ray killer, I'm going to affectionately refer to him as Kathy. It's Kathleen Kennedy.
Credit card Katarn. Pile of cash Katarn.
No, I think the most apt nickname for Kyle Katarn would be Grid or Gridsy.
Oh, I called it as soon as
CG totally stole his likeness for the artwork for Kyle Katarn.
If you go back, when he gets announced, I took an image and I immediately went into Grid's channel and I said, "When did you model for Kyle?"
Because that's it's Grid. Slightly different hairdo. It's got a middle part. It's got a center part instead of a side part. But
he had to look the part. They can't put Grid into the game overall. They have to make him look as part of the Star Wars universe. So they had to part his hair.
Yeah. See, I want to. Grid now has to do a cosplay of this version. Of Kyle
and he
Katarn.
Does have the Grid stick too.
Yeah, so he has to do it. So Gridden has to do cosplay of Kyle Katarn. So it's Gridsy. So it's easier just call him Gridsy. It's Gridsy. It's not Kyle Katarn. It's Gridsy because it looks like him.
Let's talk. We've talked about this speculation that's out there, but we do have to say when it came to Chief Nebit's Omicron upgrade, we frickin' called it.
Yeah.
When a Jawa ally deals damage to an enemy, they dispel all buffs on that enemy. For every buff dispelled, the enemy is inflicted with a thermal detonator for 2 turns, which can't be dispelled, prevented, or resisted. Then, when an enemy takes damage from a thermal detonator, Jawa allies recover 5% health and protection. So, when an enemy takes damage from a thermal detonator, you get 20 thermal detonators on there. Jawa allies recover 100% health and protection, gain 100% turn meter, and there's a 50% chance that the enemy will be inflicted with another thermal detonator for 2 turns. So, statistically, you get 20 thermal detonators on somebody, they're getting 10 more, and all the Jawas go again. I am loving Chief Nebit's Omicron.
Jawas is just going to destroy rebels. Just going to destroy them. Just rebel teams are just going to get absolutely crushed. And then add to that bounty hunter. Oh my God, bounty hunter teams are just going to get destroyed as well. What's the Omicron for? Is it for territory battles or is it for territory?
It's for territory wars.
It's for territory wars.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're going to see walls of Jawas. You're going to see walls of Jawas, but you're not going to be able to hit them with bounty hunters. You're not going to be able to hit them with separatist droids. You're not going to be able to hit them with rebels. You're actually going. It's not good. It's not good. It's going to be interesting to see some videos. I don't have the Omicrons myself, and I wouldn't waste them.
I've got them. I'm saving mine right now. I have an Omicron to spend. Yeah, and I'm saving it.
I'm saving everything. I'm saving everything for Mara. everything's getting safe for Mara. I don't care how good or how bad she is. You know, she can't be worse than Mace Windu. So yeah, I am going to simp very, very hard with my resources on Mara Jade. So if that means she gets an Omicron, she's getting an Omicron.
Well, she's gonna have an Omicron. We already know about that.
She's gonna get my first Omicron, but I might have a little bit of fun with the with the other Omicrons, because by the time I've saved up for my next one, then we should know what all of the Omicrons do for every character that's in the current list. Because obviously we know that Omicrons are on these new ones coming out, and there was that list of about 10 characters, you know, Chief Nebbit, Chief Chirper, Rolo, Phasma, Rose, Zam Wessel,
Rolo.
Sidious.
Yeah, so let's talk about Rolo.
Yeah,
territory battels.
Oh yeah, no, that's a good one.
I'm enjoying the fact that they are mode specific. Let's talk about that for a second. The fact that these are mode specific types of things, it's wonderful. You're not going to see Jawas in Grand Arena with that power. You're only going to see it in Territory Wars. You're not going to see Territory War versions of dashes, but you're going to see it in Grand Arena. I like that they're mode specific, and you get to you put them where you want to play. And the fact that they gave a territory battle reward character an Omicron that works in territory battles is chef's kiss right there, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Rebel allies gain 35% speed. They recover 100% health and protection at the start of each encounter, and whenever another rebel ally is defeated. When a rebel ally critically hits an enemy, all rebel allies gain 5% turn meter, doubled if it's their turn. And when a rebel ally is defeated, not only does everybody get their 100% health and protection, they gain 100% of that ally's offense, stacking until they're defeated. Think of the use. Think of the use of Scarif Rebel Pathfinder. He's defeated, he comes back. He's defeated, he comes back.
Well, yeah, no, I was thinking along the lines of you chuck her into a Mon Mothma team so that your Mon Mothma team completes all 4 waves further along in the light side. Because
well, this is only the leader. The leader ability only applies if Rolo is in the lead, so it's not a Mon Mothma.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah,
I thought that they were. I thought that was passive. The passive
no,
ability.
This is a leader.
It's a leader one. Oh, I thought it was. I thought it was a passive one, which would beef up a rebel squad sufficient enough for it to last 4 waves. But I mean, this could simply be. It's a bit like the Rose Tico. It's a bit like the Rose Tico one. People have a lot of trash rebels. They've got Rolo. They've got not trash, but not territory battle good enough. They're trash when it comes to territory battles because you're not taking in your machine gun Leia or your Lando Calrissian or your Rolo or your Wedge in your Biggs into territory battles because most people have already stopped relicking them at 3 in order to get their JKL. I don't know a lot of people that have taken any of those 5 characters, any of them, above the required 3 and 5, 3s and 5s relics in order to get the JKL and then obviously, ultimately the JML as well. So yeah, I think that Rolo leading machine gun Leia, Lando Calrissian, and then the Wedge and Biggs, we'll see. Whoever does that Omicron.
I look forward to seeing it.
I'll be interested to see.
We got a dark side territory battle right now, so we're not going to be able to see it in action until next time. But I'm looking forward to seeing what people who decide to go in on it I want to see the results. Let us know.
Because it's been one of the biggest bugbears for light side territory battles is it's not possible to max it out because, when you hit, 4 of 4, even with really, really good characters, doing all 4 waves of a mission, it's like, it's impossible. So, Omicron abilities, maybe they have decided, right, okay, we need to allow people to get closer to maxing out the stars in territory battles, maybe not with the GP level, but with the GP rewards they get from doing 4 of 4 phases. So if you've got a guild that is, because it'll be one of those guilds that are trying to be the first, just like the guild that first got max stars on the dark side GOTB. There are guilds that will want to get close to maxing out the stars for the light side GOTB.
Yeah.
And these Omicron on characters for squads that just don't get used because they ain't good enough for TB, if it makes them good enough to do a 4 from 4, then those guilds are gonna, those Krakens and whales in those guilds, they're gonna invest in them.
Yeah. All right. So we have coming up in the Escape Podcast for Kids, Thaddeus is going to talk to us about the whole kit for Kyle Katarn, but I just wanted to touch on the developer insights really quick before we take our break. Kyle Katarn is light side attacker, rebel fighter, Jedi. Fun synergies there. He's a utility-based attacker that synergizes strongly with rebel fighters, as we know. And we'll get to his mode-specific Omicron in just a moment because it is territory battles-based. Once again, light side, we haven't seen it in action yet. Looking forward to it. His unique attributes is that bonus protection is given at the start of every encounter, prevents bonus turn meter, and, as we said, his bonuses work with rebel fighter and Jedi allies. His inspiration, they refer to, the core inspiration of his kit, is centered on capturing the feel of playing as him in Jedi Knight 2 Jedi Outcast. As his connection to the Force grows, the more powerful he becomes. One thing that a lot of people noticed is that the legacy tier, you have to have it at 5 stars. His legacy tier needed 5-star dash as well. It was not the easiest battle against the 3 Sith, the Sith Triumvirate, by the way. I don't know, did you play the bonus tier at all? Not the legacy tier, Neil, but the bonus tier?
I'm free to play, so no.
But you could still play the bonus tier.
Yeah, but I can't play the legacy one because you need them at 5 stars.
But at the end of it, you face the Triumvirate.
Yeah, but I don't. They're all 3 stars. The only person that I'm going to be rolling over 3 stars with the the $12.99 packs is Mara when she comes out. That's why I'm hoarding crystals, so I can do that with Mara.
Right, but you're still able to play this. It's part of his bonus tier, where all you have to do is just activate. I actually don't think you even had to activate the character for the bonus tier this time around.
No,
they gave it to you.
No, the bonus one, the bonus one was fine. It's just the that very end one where they throw you some Omicrons. So but no, I'm saving it. I'm going to get my first 330 roll with Mara. I just know it. I can feel it in my bones. The RNG gods are going to be good to me that day. I'll go live and I'm going to roll.
I really hope you
packs.
do. I really hope you do.
It's just I want to roll a 7-star Mara, and then I can start gearing her, and then I can start relicking her because I'm hoarding relic materials at the moment. I was hoarding relic materials for my clone troopers, but if I get Mara to 7 stars, they're all going on her. They're all going on her. I'm taking her straight to relic 7. I don't care what her faction is. I don't care where she's going to go. She's going to be awesome. And she's going straight to relic 7, not relic 8. I haven't got time to mess around with relic 8. But yeah, I get her. She'll be going straight to Relic 8. It's Relic 7, sorry.
All right. Let's go ahead. Let's take a break. Let's get to that story time with Uncle Thad here in just a moment. But on the other side of the break, it's been a while. We've been, I wanted to get him on early when we first started this, but I'm finally glad that we're going to be able to get to the one and only Nooch. I'm sorry, Star Wars Dad coming up after this break right here on the Escape Pod Cast.
HotPod and HotUtils is one of the most comprehensive tools for Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes.
With integration into the super useful mod tool Grand Ivory, HotUtils can help you tackle some of the most difficult aspects of the game.
Not sure how to mod your roster for a certain game mode?
Use one of the many filters that automatically assigns the right mods to the right character in accordance with your guild needs.
Now with additional features that can assist you and your guild officers in territory battles and territory wars, HotUtils is an amazing value.
And don't forget the useful tools for yourself in Grand Arena, like the in-depth and customizable compare feature.
Got multiple accounts like Neil, but not the time to remod them all?
With this one-stop utility, you can switch between your alts and never miss a mod upgrade or a mod switch before locking into GAC or territory wars.
Starting at just $5 a month, you don't want to miss out on these great tools.
HotUtils is the new official remodding service for the Escape Pod Cast.
Visit HotUtils.com to learn more. That's HotUtils.com. And go ahead and spice up your Galaxy of Heroes experience.
Podawans, be sure to support the shows brought to you on the Escape Podcast Twitch and YouTube channel by becoming a Patreon. For as little as $2 a month, you can support us and get a little extra for yourself. With tiered rewards including access to Shitty Bill's Arena tracking bot, after-show access, inclusion in the GA Center leaderboards, behind-the-scenes access, and much more. There is something for everyone on our Discord server. Head on over to Patreon, that is patreon.com/The Escape Pod, and sign up today. Thank you for supporting and listening to the Escape Podcast.
Back to school. The Escape Pod, cast for kids. It's really cool.
Hello there, Padawans, and welcome back to Storytime with Uncle Thad and the Escape Podcast for kids. It looks like the devs over there at Capital Games have dropped the next character players will need to unlock Starkiller. In keeping with their focus on Star Wars Legends characters, Rebel Fighter, Jedi, and man who knows the value of blue milk, Kyle Katarn is coming to Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. So who is Kyle Katarn, and how will his story translate into a kit in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes? Let's take a look at the legend and see how he measures up. Kyle was the son of Morgan and Patricia Katarn. While he was born on a colony moon of the planet Solist, he didn't look like Nien Nunb. Kyle was a human and looked like the love child of Jim from The Office and We With Life's Community of Guilds founder and SWGOH streamer Gridden. After the death of his mother, Kyle joined the Imperial Academy on Karita. During his time in the Academy, Kyle came to believe that he had Force powers. He was able to use the connection with the Force to save the lives of some of his Imperial squad mates. Early on in his Imperial days, he spared the life of a rebel spy by the name of Jan Ors, who felt he had a connection with her. This connection to the Force wasn't a complete surprise. Kyle's father, Morgan Katarn, was an untrained Force user and rebel sympathizer. Because of his association with the rebels, Morgan Katarn was the target of an Imperial attack that took his life. After the death of Kyle's father, Jan Ors returned to Kyle's life and showed him some footage of the attack that killed his dad. Kyle recognized Imperial battle tactics, and it is this realization that caused him to defect to the rebellion. His first mission as a rebel spy was to capture the initial plans for the first Death Star. After the Battle of Yavin, robe enthusiast and woman who has a secret crush on all Bothans, Mon Mothma, sent Kyle and Jan to investigate the Dark Trooper program. It was around here that he was briefly captured by Jabba the Hutt, fought and beat Boba Fett, and killed a bunch of... After the Battle of Endor, Kyle had a surprise visit by the ghost of a Jedi, Ku Ron. The Force Ghost explained Kyle's heritage. He also told Kyle of a prophecy that involved a knight, a bunch of dead people, and ultimate liberation. This sent Kyle on a quest to the Valley of the Jedi on the planet Ruusan, where he ultimately killed a handful of Dark Jedi and released the spirits of long-dead Jedi and Sith in a very Highlander-like way, because there can only be one, apparently. During this time, Kyle struggled with the fear that he would ultimately fall to the dark side, and for a time, he gave up use of his Force powers. But once he was needed again, he picked up right where he left off. Eventually, Kyle made peace with the Force and joined Luke's Jedi Academy. He became a Jedi Master, a battle strategist, and fought in many of the resulting wars. Ultimately, Kyle was an Imperial-turned-Rebel spy transformed into a Jedi Knight who ultimately got promoted to Jedi Master and all-around bad-A. He fought in the Rebellion, the Second Galactic Civil War, the Yuuzhan Vong War, and the Killik Crisis. Kyle's addition to Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes is a welcome one for anyone who played Dark Forces, Jedi Knight Outcast, Jedi Knight Jedi Academy, Jedi Knight Mysteries of the Sith, or who just love a good story. And with that, let's go ahead and take a look at Kyle Katarn's kit in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes to just see how he measures up to his Star Wars Legends storyline. Kyle's basic ability combines his use of a lightsaber and his trademark Briar pistol, the same pistol given to him by his father. And while most Jedi eschewed blasters of any kind, Kyle used this pistol even after he became a Jedi Master. So seeing it with a basic ability makes perfect sense. Kyle's first special ability, just a guy with a lightsaber, deals damage to an enemy twice. But if the enemy was a Force user or has Force influence, the second instance of the damage is 75% more. What's interesting about this is that Kyle was very deadly against Force users, specifically Dark Force users. His second special ability, Power of the Validity, is essentially that Highlander moment for Kyle. He gives buffs to his allies and stops his enemies from being as effective. Now, his unique ability. Kyle's unique ability, Blue Milk Run, is apparently not a poop joke, subtly placed into his kit by the devs over at CG. Or at least that's what the fans of Kyle Katarn would have you believe. I'm still not sold yet. But what this ability highlights is his leadership skill throughout his life. It gives him time to build confidence or, buffs in himself. But once he has those confidence or once those buffs reach a certain level, he then provides additional bonuses to all of those around him. Kyle looks like a great addition to Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. And I think he's going to be very useful in territory battles, and I think he's going to make a Mon Mothma team a lot more fun to play. But what do you think? Well, that's all for me this week. Stay tuned next week for more story time with Uncle Thad on the Escape Podcast for Kids. Hello, friends. This is Thaddeus from Going Nerdy, and I approve this message and am compensated for signups for this service.
The world's largest audiobook library is at your fingertips, and the Escape Pod Castaways want you to try it for free. Head on over to escapepodcastaways.com and click the Going Nerdy offer button to claim a free audiobook and 2 Audible originals. Cancel anytime, and it's absolutely free to sign up. Check out Audible and support the Escape Pod Castaways. All for free. See Audible website for details. Restrictions may apply.
Hey there, listeners. Merchandise specialist Critty K here. Do you enjoy the Escape Pod and want to support the channel and get something a little extra for yourself as well? head on over to tpublic.com/user/theescapepodcast and grab a Team Neil, Team Paul, Critty Play, or many other fun Padawan designs on your choice of shirt, cup, sticker, mask, or even a magnet. And be sure to check out the Mrs. Anthony Shirts channel on the Escape Podcast Discord and get the latest info on the other designs I make as well. Sometimes there's even a sale going on, so it is smart to stop on by. Thank you for supporting the Escape Podcast.
Receiving incoming transmission. Receiving incoming transmission. Receiving incoming transmission.
Welcome back to the show, ladies and gents. This week's incoming transmission, as you can see.
Wait a minute. We were supposed to have Star Wars Dad, but we have been graced with the presence of Emperor Palpatine here. But I still need to go through everything. I mentioned that we wanted Star Wars Dad, formerly known as Nooch, for quite a while. Things kept going in and out. This, Star Wars Dad has been a major pillar in all sorts of Star Wars gaming, Star Wars information, Star Wars toys, but I need to stop talking because I'm a little bit fearful that Palpatine is here. Palpatine, you wanted to say something.
Do not call him the Nooch.
No, don't interrupt me. Greetings, Viceroys. Star Wars Dad's a bit busy at the moment. He asked me to come on and, burn some time, so I thought I'd tell a little story. You all know we invaded that rebel base on that disgusting backworld cold planet Hoth, right? And we took that thing. We wiped those rebels out. They had no chance. And as you know, on the planet, the Wampa occupy that planet, the wild Wampa. And after the rebels left, we enslaved we employed the Wampa. Yes, we paid them for services rendered. Of course, we don't enslave people here in the Empire, but we employed the Wampa for manual labor. And of course, we paid the Wampa. Now, do you two know where Wampas put their money?
No, where do Wampas put their money, Palpatine?
In snowbanks. Hello, is this thing on? Hello, this is my best stuff. It's okay. Well, I'll tell you what. Let me get Star Wars Daddy. I see him coming. He'll be right here.
All right. So apparently Star Wars Dad is going to be here. There we go. There's the man.
There's Star Wars Dad. There he is.
That joke sucked, dude.
That
Wow.
It was definitely a Star Wars Dad joke.
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey guys, hello there.
Hello there.
General Nooch Nobi.
Yeah, there you go. How primitive.
Oh man, Nooch, it is an absolute pleasure to have you on the show, my friend. It has been a long time coming, as I mentioned, and I thank you for saying yes. I'm glad that I was able to actually ask you officially, and you jumped at it, and I'm very, very excited about this. I guess the main question for those who don't know who you are, let's go through the questions that we ask. Are you currently creating content for Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes?
Yeah, I am. I went through a free-to-play Kylo quest because I'd been creating content before and trying to find a voice. And then last December, I decided, you know what? I know how to play this game. I've been doing it since the beginning. Let's show some free-to-play players, and let's try to see how quickly we can get a Galactic Legend unlocked free-to-play. And I unlocked the guy in nine months and 20 days. And then I got his ultimate about 3 weeks later. So I'd found a voice there. I've kind of lost that voice now that I've got him unlocked, and I'm trying to find the content there. And several other new games have come out, so I'm covering multiple games. But I am still doing Galaxy Heroes content, and primarily I think it'll be in the form of grand arenas going forward. but there will be videos like, talking about, I think Galaxy Heroes free to play is in its best position it's ever been. I think it's, the ability to play this game free to play is better than it's probably been since the very beginning of the game. So yes, I am still doing Galaxy Heroes content.
Well, let's talk about that account then. Is this your only account? Are you flush with alts over there? What's the story of Nooch account?
So I'm flush with alt. How about that? I've got my main account, which is a Division 2 account. I think like 7.2 million. And one of the big things I've done on that recently was I unlocked Lord Vader really quickly, and I think I got to his ultimate faster than about 99% of people that unlocked him, because I actually saved my Jedi Master Luke ultimate pieces and applied them to Lord Vader, because I don't think Luke needs his ultimate. In my mind, it's a mostly useless ultimate. So I only needed to get 6 more to get Vader's ultimate. And then I kind of threw him out there I was early. I don't think I was as early as Arnold, but I feel like I was kind of early to talk about him being kind of poo without Maul, especially for expectations anyway. And so that was pretty big for me with Galaxy Heroes. So that's my main account. And then the free to play account is now Division 9. And I'm kind of getting that buffed up and trying to go get gas now. And the gas quest is a really good Grand Arena, team to put together. So it's going to be a really good Grand Arena team going forward. The Kylo quest Grand Arena team, not as strong. It's difficult when you're walking in there with those first order guys level up. You get 2 teams and everybody else is just kind of not great. So
how long have you been playing then? So you've got this Division 2 gigantic account. I've been since the beginning. We're close to each other.
Yeah, I've been playing since I guess I'm in Dylar's Arena Shard, and I think he was on last week. And I told you before, and he mentioned in chat, I believe, that we've been referred to as in-game spouses for a long time.
Yes.
We've been tied together. I kind of just follow him around. He's a little more in tune with the politics of the game and the higher level guilds and stuff. So I've kind of clung to his coattails for a while, or I did for a long time. But so I've been playing since January, February of 2016. So from the beginning, and that was actually my second account. I had one before that and I didn't like the beginning. So, a lot of people do that, play for a couple weeks and he's like, scrap that and start over with a new one. And that's what I did at that time.
So I'm curious, the new alt, is that the only other alt?
There are other alts that have been started. I've got a couple of alts that have started, installed, and kind of just sitting out there. But the only other
this alt is yours. There are many alts like it, but this one is yours.
Yes, correct.
And what division is this alt in? Because alt lives don't matter. It's all right. Zareth's not watching.
Wow, you're just throwing them out there, aren't you?
Yeah.
It's Division 9. It's Division 9.
Oh, so it's not. Right. I was expecting you to say like 11 or 10.
Well, no. I mean, I've got Kylo unlocked. So with having that, I've got.
I think you're forced into it.
Yeah, I've got all those relics, and I've got all the ships for the finalizer fleet are leveled up. Then I got the first order fleet itself, and then I've also relicked Bosk and Vader along the way. So, but I'm going to be solidly in Division 9 for a while, which is nice because as I level up Padme and then the Geos, which, by the way, if you're doing that, just start with the Geos. Don't wait till later. Get them out of the way first. Once I get those guys going, that's going to really help me in Grand Arena to just. I only lost twice last time, and once was a mistake, and once was just the guy just put his stuff perfectly. So I think I'm going to perform really well in Grand Arena going forward.
So, the main account.
Yeah.
Has there been any aquatic nature to this account? Because you said that
any activity,
any aquatic activity on that account, or is that also free to play?
No, there's been aquatic activity. I don't think, it's really difficult to, I think, what am I at? I'm at 4 GLs in that account. It was just difficult along the way. And for those of us who start at the beginning, you've got all that extra weight on your account, right? All the characters, you got Luminar own Dooley, Gear 11 and stuff, stuff that new players don't even, never even crosses their mind.
Zeta Bodhi Rook, mistakes have been made.
Good luck to you.
I'm still waiting for it to pay off. Darn bet with Heinze. So you are a creator for more than just Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. You rebranded to Star Wars Dad how long ago?
It's been 3 months, I think.
3 months. Before that, though, you were known simply just as Nooch. You and I were both creators for Lego Legacy Heroes Unboxed, because obviously, for those listening to the podcast version, he's got plethora of Lego in back of him. It's wonderful. We're both AFOLs, but you're covering some of the new Star Wars games that have come out, and the big three for me that, I pop in to watch you on are Lego Star Wars Battles, which is on Apple Arcade. Also on Apple Arcade, Lego Star Wars Castaways. We had no input. The Escape Pod Castaways had no input on the name for this game, but it was great. And lastly, you're also doing Star Wars Hunters. You were playing this ahead of release. Just, how long have you been playing that?
Hunters, the soft launch was 2 weeks ago. So I've been playing it ever since. And what I'm trying to do with that is just get some content out there ahead of time. I'm going to have character profiles on the main 4 characters, and I'm also doing some live streams, just putting stuff out there, and not only trying to learn the game, but have stuff out there for people that are playing it now. But then when it goes into actual launch next year, hopefully, I think it's supposed to come out like late winter, early spring, something like that. That there are character guides and strategy guides out there. So that's what I'm really trying to do with Hunters. And with the rest of it, I actually started this channel in June of 2020 because I saw Arnold do a video on Lego Star Wars Battles. And I was like, well, that looks a lot like Clash Royale plus Star Wars plus Lego. And I play Clash Royale for, instants at times. So I jumped in there and got the beta for that. And then it was this beta that just dragged and dragged. I mean, that was like a 1.5 year beta. And then the game got canceled. And I picked up Lego Legacy in the meantime. And for those who don't know, Lego Legacy is just a general Lego game, but it's a clone of Galaxy of Heroes. I mean, it's basically the same game as Galaxy Heroes, but just with Lego characters over time. No Star Wars characters, just other Lego stuff.
But they did have Ghostbusters.
They did have Ghostbusters, yes, which were pay to obtain.
Yes,
I wouldn't say
they
pay
were.
to win, but pay to obtain. So I started the channel for Lego Star Wars Battles back in the day because I felt like I had something to offer there. I have never felt like I have like the world to offer Galaxy Heroes, just because the content creator pool is so dang deep. It's like you start at the tippy top with Arnold, right? I mean, he's just awesome. But then you have so many people, you got Bit Dynasty out there offering every single Galactic Challenge and all, he has great tips and stuff. You got Dialer out there with everything for Galactic Legends. And I can't even name everybody, but there's so much out there, so much content out there that I felt like it was tough to find a unique voice. So when I rolled around and I've been doing this for about a year, I was like, man, I really want to take this, different direction and rebrand it. Because I'd found with Lego Legacy, I don't really have a long history of Lego stuff, right? I don't know the castle characters and this. I just didn't know those characters. But Star Wars, I've loved it since I went to the drive-in in 1977 and saw the show. And so I reached out to Dialar and my two Discord moderators, Broda and Scarlet. I said, hey guys, I want to rebrand this, and what do you think of this option? And then I said, it's Star Wars Dad. And they were all like, Star Wars Dad, dude, that's what you are. I was telling dad jokes at the time. I've got the salt and pepper. I don't look like, the 25, 30-year-old guys playing the game. I look like your dad, and I kind of interact with my viewers like a dad. So did the rebrand, I just plan on playing as much Star Wars content as it comes out, gaming content. And so I'm playing the games you mentioned. The Lego Star Wars games are only in Apple Arcade, and they're a blast, and I'm streaming them and putting content out.
I'm trying to tell Neil, but he doesn't want to pay for Arcade.
Well, yeah, that's it's $4.99 a month, which is less than probably you're playing for Galaxy Heroes, but that's, what everybody's going to make their choice, and it is
free
what it
to
is.
play all the way.
Say what?
Free to play all the way.
I hear you, and I am not happy that it's out on Apple Arcade. I just think they monetized the game wrong from the very beginning. They kind of tried to monetize it like a Galaxy Heroes, like just pay for a bunch of crystals and then buy stuff. And really what they should have done is a monthly pass, but that's a separate conversation. But when Skywalker Saga comes out in the spring, I'll be playing that too. So, and Hunters, when it comes live, I'm going to get more. So all these games, I'll be playing them all. So I don't know that I'm going to be like the grandmaster player of any one game, but if we can have a lot of fun playing them and enjoy ourselves, and I can become a good player at all the games and show some quality tips and tricks, that's really what I'm shooting for.
Yeah, Christy and I are playing on Vault 37 Studios. We're currently right smack dab in the middle of Lego City Undercover. We've been playing every single Lego game from beginning to end 100% in release order. So we're on game 12 of 25 if you include Skywalker Saga. We're hoping to catch up in time.
So yeah, you're more of a pure Lego guy, whereas I'm more of a StarArs and Lego guy.
Yeah. It goes in, but it mixes everything in between. It is wonderful.
Yeah, there you go.
But
do you play Hunters with mouse and keyboard or on
I'm
controller?
playing it with the little tiny phone.
Right.
So
have you played it on the controller?
I have not. Since it's a soft launch, right now most of the games you get, it's 4v4, and you average about 1.5 total humans in there, which one of those is you. So a lot of times you're playing with 3 bots against 4 bots, or it might be 1 human against another human with 3 play. So I didn't really. I feel like I'm comfortable with it on my phone right now, and I've got a Switch ready for when it comes out globally because it's supposed to be on Switch and Android and iOS, all of them. So I was just comfortable with it on the phone, and I've learned it. And I don't really, and I'm just going to stick with the phone on it. But I haven't tried it on the computer at all. No.
I know people have tried it on the computer, but what I really want to know is it conducive to controller? That's all I want to know.
I don't have an answer for you. I've seen people discuss it, and since I haven't experienced it, I don't want to say one way or the other. But when it comes out, literally when they do release it, it's supposed to be on Switch. So then if you got your Switch with the controller, that's that'd be the perfect place for me. That's better than the screen. The screen kind of messes up my fingers a little bit, but that's because I'm an old man. But
because like you say, you play it on the phone. I too would probably play it on my phone, but I would want the ability to put one of those clamping controllers in there so that I can, because I don't want to cover the screen with my bloody fingers and thumbs. I want to be able to see the entire screen and use the controller. That's the one thing that kind of it puts me off with those types of games where you have to have. You're not just tapping to do things, so you can see all this. You've actually got your thumbs are permanently on the screen doing various bits and pieces. That's why those types of games have never. That's why I ask specifically regarding Star Wars Hunters. Is it easy to play with a controller? But you haven't tried it yet, have you?
I haven't. There's a Discord. Yeah, there's a Discord channel. There's actually a couple Discord channels, and
I've got the official Discord. I'm in the official Discord for it, so I do get the notifications.
So Neil, at least Castaways, I'm playing on the phone with a controller and it's working great. I don't see any reason why Hunters would not work as well.
Well, the plan is to I'm doing at the moment. What I'm doing is keeping my eyes peeled for one of those Amazon Fire controllers, because the Amazon Fire controllers,
the Luna controller.
Well, whether it's the Luna one or the model below it, I'm not that fussed.
Gotcha.
I'm looking for that 3 gigahertz frequency wireless that will connect not just to an Amazon Fire box, which I have set up as an emulator, but also an Android device, so I can prop my tablet up in front of me and use a controller. That's what I want to do. That's how I want to be able to play the game, is have a controller in my hand and either play it on the tablet or have one of those clamp-on ones and play it on my phone. And every time someone says, why play Star Wars? I've tried the Star Wars Hunter stuff. It's like, have you tried it on the controller? It's like, nobody's tried it on the controller, and I don't want to play it if it can't be played on the controller.
I think I know what we should pitch in and get Neil for Christmas.
That's what he was shooting for, right there.
Right? I think so.
I wasn't even subtly hinting at that. I was just saying.
You were majorly hinting, correct?
I wasn't majorly hinting.
So, Nooch, What is there anything, you mentioned Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga, but are there other things that you're looking forward? You've rebranded and your channel is growing. You mentioned to me, ever since the rebrand, more and more people are finding you as Star Wars Dad than they did just the word Nooch. I mean, understandable. But is there more that you want to do with your channel now that you have the new moniker?
Yeah, I do have this long-term idea of doing Star Wars content. The challenge for me is that there's a whole, again, there's a whole lot of that out there, right? And I'm not a guy. Okay, so like I said before, I saw Star Wars in 1977. I was 5 years old. We drove the brown Valari station wagon to the drive-in. I mean, I went to the bathroom during the trash compactor scene. I remember the whole, it was like it was this life-changing event that made me, I fell in love with movies. I fell in love with Star Wars. I bought the action figures. The first two figures I bought were C-3PO and Darth Vader, and C-3PO, the limbs stuck together because of the gold paint. And I almost freaked out my mom, anyway. So I love Star Wars from the movie perspective. And I've never really gotten in this whole canon versus non-canon argument. And that's where a lot of the internet stuff comes in. My son will listen to the history of the Sith, and it brings in these 10 Sith, and I know 2 of them at the top, or maybe 3 or 4, but you know what I mean? There's a lot of stuff out there. I think I have a somewhat unique voice because I don't think there's a lot of people coming at it from that dad perspective. Like, hey, I'm your dad. I watched this when I was a kid, and you can either relate to me because you're that same guy, or you're looking at it saying, I mean, I've got a person on my channel just says he was talking about he doesn't have a great relationship with his parents. He's glad to be on there just talking to me about stuff.
That's cool.
Being bullied and
that is awesome.
Yeah,
that is awesome.
Right. And I'm like, look, dude, I'm 5'3". I didn't hit that till I was 20 years old. I mean, and I weighed 80 pounds coming out of high school. Trust me, I have been where you are sitting. And when I try to tell them is like, first of all, just laugh with them. When they laugh at you, laugh with them. I love Star Wars. I'm a tiny guy. Yep, that's me. And when you get out of high school, that stuff really slows down. If not, just stops altogether. So, but anyway, that's some of the stuff that I really, really enjoy on the channel. But as far as Star Wars content, I'm going to have watch parties with Boba Fett. With the shows coming out, we're going to do watch parties. So I'll be on here with anybody that wants to jump on. I'll be live streaming me watch the show. Obviously, I can't show the show on YouTube.
Right. We've done those. We've done those with our stuff. We watched the final episode of Clone Wars live on Twitch.
That was awesome.
with Dad, Nev, and I just sitting there, and we had a time code. We pushed play at the same time as start timer. Time code was on screen. So, if Neil and I don't do that, I'm definitely tuning in with you.
Cool, man. Yeah. And that's exactly, so whatever day it comes out, I've got a job, so it's usually when they come out on like Wednesday at midnight or Thursday morning at midnight, right? Isn't that or 3 a.m. or something on Disney Plus? So whatever the night is of that, I'll have it up, the day before, and we'll do a big watch party and watch Boba Fett, and we'll hang out for an hour afterward and just talk about it and have some fun together. And I do have some ideas about Star Wars content in general down the road. It just it seems like the few that I've done so far haven't really kind of gained a lot of traction. So the gaming stuff I'm passionate about the games. I really love the games, and I've grown up playing games. I get there with my buddies and play board games. I'm just kind of a gaming kind of guy. So maybe my passion comes through in that better than it does in talking about some older stuff. But we'll see. If people want to watch it, I'll put it out there. But I just love talking Star Wars, and a lot of that content that I was thinking about covering, we end up talking about on the streams anyway. I'll stream Lego Star Wars battles for two hours, and we'll definitely get in some large vocal complaints about the sequels while I'm doing that, So I don't know if I need to make specific videos because there's 1,000 of them out there.
Oh yeah, just got to go watch Mauler. Mauler's the best.
So, Neil, we are unfortunately running out of time. Is there any burning questions for Nooch?
How do you keep the dad beard so nice and gray? Stress.
I don't have an answer for that. I'm 49. It is what it is.
You got 6 years on me, and mine's greater than yours.
Well, here's the benefit. So I mentioned that I'm 5'3", weighed 80 pounds coming out of high school. When you're 18 and you look like you're 12, it's really, really difficult in your life. But when you're 49 and you look like you're 39, things have turned around.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely.
Yep.
So for those who are only catching this little bit, I want you to pitch yourself, pitch the channel, tell everybody where to find you, so make your case for people tuning in for Star Wars Dad.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. So Star Wars Dad, I'm strictly on YouTube. I've got a Twitch channel out there, which I don't use at the time, maybe down the road, but hey, jump on YouTube. We're covering lots of fun Star Wars games that are out right now, and I'm going to keep covering more Star Wars games in the future. The whole goal is just to be a Star Wars community where we play games together. We have a lot of fun. When I do stream, it's usually for a couple hours, and we just have a blast talking about life and Star Wars and everything in between. And come on and have some fun with us. You can join the Discord server. We have a lot of great conversations on Discord. And especially you guys right now, if you like Lego Star Wars, these are kind of the salad days, I guess. You got Lego Star Wars Battles and Lego Castaways on Apple Arcade, which is much cheaper for you than Galaxy of Heroes if you're playing Galaxy of Heroes, anything other than free to play. And then coming out this spring, we're supposed to get Lego Skywalker Saga, and I'm actively playing 2 of those games. And when the third one comes out, I'll be playing that too. So those specifically, but Hunters is on the channel too. I'm covering Hunters early. If you're interested in Hunters as a third-person shooter game, come on and learn some stuff about that and see it ahead of time. And let's all just all play games together. And Galaxy Heroes is still going. We're going to put Grand Arena content and the occasional video out on that too. So just jump on. Let's have some fun together and be a great community. And that's what I got to pitch.
Let's make sure that this amount of time does not pass until we talk to you again. I definitely look forward to, running a few observatory missions with you and Castaways in the near future as well.
Hey, jump on tomorrow. I'll be live tomorrow morning with it. So jump on.
We'll see how the Ohio State Michigan game goes. That's all I gotta say. All right, guys. Coming up, the latest episode of Hellion the Noob, along with Patreon's choice. If you are not a Patreon but you have Buku channel points, you can redeem them to ask a question in the 4th segment that pretty much we have to answer. So look forward to seeing you guys after this break. Nooch, it's been a pleasure.
Yeah, thanks for the opportunity, guys. I appreciate it. This is fun.
All right, we'll be right back after these messages right here on the Escape Podcast.
HotBot and HotUtils is one of the most comprehensive tools for Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes.
With integration into the super useful mod tool Grand Ivory, HotUtils can help you tackle some of the most difficult aspects of the game.
Not sure how to mod your roster for a certain game mode?
Use one of the many filters that automatically assigns the right mods to the right character in accordance with your guild needs.
Now with additional features that can assist you and your guild officers in territory battles and territory wars, HotUtils is an amazing value.
And don't forget the useful tools for yourself in Grand Arena, like the in-depth and customizable compare feature.
Got multiple accounts like Neil, but not the time to remod them all?
With this one-stop utility, you can switch between your alts and never miss a mod upgrade or a mod switch before locking into GAC or territory wars.
Starting at just $5 a month, you don't want to miss out on these great tools.
HotUtils is the new official remodding service for the Escape Pod Cast.
Visit HotUtils.com to learn more. That's HotUtils.com. And go ahead and spice up your Galaxy of Heroes experience.
Podawans, be sure to support the shows brought to you on the Escape Podcast Twitch and YouTube channel by becoming a Patreon. For as little as $2 a month, you can support us and get a little extra for yourself. With tiered rewards including access to Shitty Bill's Arena Tracking Bot, after-show access, inclusion in the GA Center leaderboards, behind-the-scenes access, and much more. There is something for everyone on our Discord server. head on over to Patreon, that is patreon.com/The Escape Pod, and sign up today. Thank you for supporting and listening to the Escape Podcast.
And now time for something completely shameless.
An arbitrary amount of time has passed since we were last in the presence of our petulant protagonists. The space mystic shaman my man, the blowhard cartoon Hellenix, and the calamitous droid N00B have arrived at the former Jedi Temple on Coruscant, which now serves as the headquarters of our exalted galactic overlord, the illustrious TC-14. We pick up our story as these three slackers are faced with the galactic capital's latest automatically deployed defensive measure, a never-ending barrage of intrusive in-game pop-up ads. Let's see how this dastardly trio plan to get out of this one. Newbie, look out!
I've got this.
Meatbag.
Oh, too easy.
We're almost through to the vestibule. Keep pushing.
I can't stand these damn pop-ups.
They're almost overwhelming us, Hellenix. At this rate, we may
never reach
the building's interior. And we simply must confront TC-14 before the season ends.
Noob?
Yes, Hellenix?
How's about a little less talking and a little more aggressive negotiations, huh?
Being aggressive in these situations is often helpful, Larkonian. But, in this instance, we should perhaps consider alternatives. TC-14 is obviously trying to slow us down, but she may not be trying to eliminate us. Our goal should be to get through this quickly, negating any advantage she may be gaining by stalling us. Maybe we should try something different.
Wait, I know, Hellenix. Maybe if we tried accepting one of their offers on one of these pop-ups rather than trying to
destroy them.
Then perhaps they'll stop appearing?
Newbie, are you serious? You think the SSP devs have programmed these pop-ups to go away after you accept one? Obviously you haven't been paying attention, droid.
Hellenix?
Yes, noob?
I don't care what you think. My idea is a good one. I'm going to
buy one
of these packs and test my theory.
If you click buy on one of these blasted pop-ups, I'm gonna fry your circuits instead of theirs.
You know what, Hellenix? You're always telling people that they're individuals, and they can
and should
do whatever they want. But the moment they want to do something
you disagree with,
you threaten to destroy them.
Noob, I'm just telling you how I'll react if you sabotage my plans. You still have a choice. And if you get in my way and slow me down, well then... So do I.
Both of you need to stay focused on the goal at hand.
I'm just trying to offer alternative solutions to our
current dilemma.
Mr. Shaman, sir. Hellenix is just being an ass.
If your solution doesn't solve the problem, noob, then it's not a solution.
Spartan.
What's up, Shaman, my man?
I have an idea.
What's that?
I can pull an old Ben.
Explain.
We don't
have time
for this.
We can't keep wasting time explaining all of these never-ending code words, movie references, and off-color innuendos to our audiences every few minutes and multiple times per episode. We must
keep moving
forward. There's less than 2 episodes before we wrap up this entire saga, and we're running out of
time.
Relax, newbie. The victorious Viking might be onto something, and our audience actually needs to make sense of our nonsense if this episode is gonna make sense. Anyway.
Aren't you the one who always goes on and on and on and on about how smart our audience is, Hellenix? Are you now saying that they
aren't smart?
Not at all, droid. I think our audience is amazingly intelligent. In fact, I think they're certifiably brilliant. They possess super high IQs from what I've gathered. They understand all of our references, jokes, and innuendos. They're quite literally the best gamers around. And they're also some of the most charitable people to have ever existed, which makes them all doubly amazing. And, coincidentally, they're damn good looking too. As a matter of fact, they're the best looking people this galaxy has ever seen.
Scientifically speaking, of course.
Brown-nosing Hellenics.
Yes, but I'm also speaking the truth.
All right, enough with the audience ass-kissing already. We've wasted more than enough time on this. Let's go ahead and pull an old Ben so we can move on.
Awesome! Let's do this.
Well, what's the problem this time, Larkonian? Are we going to do this or what?
No, geez, Hellenics. You don't know what shaman means when he says,
pulling an old Ben.
Do you?
What? Me? Ah, come on. Of course I know what he means. Shoot. Man, seriously, I've pulled 1,000 old Bens in my day. As a matter of fact, they used to say I pulled old Ben better than anyone else on Corellia, thank you very much. I guess I walked right into that one, didn't I?
Mr. Shaman, sir, Hellenics has
no idea
what pulling an old Ben means. I guess you're gonna have to explain it.
All right, Spartan. Here's the plan. You and the droid move off to the side. I then draw all the pop-up ads towards me. I engage all of them in battle. While they're distracted, you two run up that elevator, get in, and move on. This allows you, and the story, to move forward while I sacrifice myself like any good, wise, noble sage must do in this type of situation. In other words, we pull an old Ben. You know, like in Star Wars, when old Ben dies fighting Darth Vader, and while distracting the stormtroopers, allowing Luke, Han, and Leia to escape aboard the Falcon.
Come on, I totally knew that. I just wanted you to explain it to the audience.
Right. Anyway.
Well, let's move on already.
Let's do this. Old Ben maneuver. Go. All right, guys, I'm distracting them. Go, now.
Come on, noob. We only have a short window to pull this off before the pop-up ads realize this is just a ruse. Let's go.
I'm coming.
I'm coming.
I am coming. Wait.
Come on, you bastards. I could take you all on. Pop-up ads ain't got nothing on me.
Noob, get in the elevator. What are you waiting for?
But
the shaman.
Those ads are overwhelming him. We must do something to help him.
Ah!
No!
Noob! I said get in the elevator. Don't let Shaman my man's sacrifice be in vain.
Run, droid, run.
What floor?
The executive penthouse suite on the top floor. And step on it.
There is no executive penthouse suite, pal. This is an administrative building, not a 5-star hotel. If you don't know what floor you want to be taken to, I suggest using the stairs.
Fine. Take us, I don't know, upward, all the way to the topmost floor. Take us to TC-14. Will the alien elevator operator assist our 2 remaining fugitives in their quest to confront the mighty TC-14? Will the victorious Viking shaman's selfless self-sacrifice have been made in vain? Will the noob turn on his former master when in the presence of the droid he previously resurrected? Will cartoon Hellenic suffer a betrayal he previously thought was impossible? Is all of this just blatant foreshadowing?
I don't know.
To see the absurd conclusion to this season, make sure you stay tuned to the Escape Pod. Wait for it. Cast every Friday night, so you never miss a single episode of Helly and the Noob.
The Escape Pod. Cast. The Bridge.
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the show. It's the final segment. It's Patreon's choice. Do we have a bunch of questions?
We do have a bunch of questions this week.
Excellent.
Sephiranus asks if either of us are playing the remakes of Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. I don't think you have a Switch, do you, Neil?
No.
No, and I
wouldn't play either of those games if I had a Switch.
Pokemon. I would play them, but with my schedule, I don't have time for another game, so I haven't picked one up. All right, Zaz's questions. Here we go. What occupation would these people have in the Star Wars universe based on their appearance? He starts off with Gridden.
A HoloNet Anchorman.
I'm inclined to agree. Or a starring in a holodrama.
Yeah.
Starring in a holodrama.
A HoloNet soap actor.
Yes. Next up is Hellenix.
A used Star Freighter.
Salesman.
Salesman.
See, I'm not going to put him down that much. I'll say a new Star Freighter salesman. Mrs. Anthony. Critty K.
She would be a.
I'm gonna
something to do with clothes.
So a fashion designer for the upper level of Coruscant.
Something along those lines. Yeah.
All right, Kate Gaming. She would be the anchor.
She would be the anchor next to Grid. But she would be because she's the world famous Kate. She would get all of the glory.
All right, and last Cubs fan Han.
Cubs fan Han would be Cubs fan Han would be a pod racing commentator.
Okay, I was going to say that he would be the smuggler. That even though it's in his name, I truly believe he would be one of the greatest smugglers, akin to Hondo Onaka.
Okay.
Yep. All right. If Yoda was not Force sensitive, what would he have been done instead of being a Jedi? I think he would just be a normal citizen.
I think he'd have been an apothecary.
Apothecary. All right.
Yeah.
If you could temporarily resurrect one person and have a long conversation with him, who would it be and why?
Nikola Tesla. It would be Nikola Tesla, and it'd be like, dude, a boatload of your patents got stolen and lost. Tell me the ones that got lost, so that I can, because after this conversation, you're going to die again. And it'd be really, really useful to have some of your inventions not patented by the United States government.
I'm in the same vein as in where, the kind of person. I would love to have a long conversation with Grant Imahara. One of this era's great inventors, just to basically point me in a direction of where to go in science. That would be it. Seasonal question from Zaz. What are you guys thankful for? I mentioned this last week. Thankful for every single listener, and I don't say that because we're doing the show right now. The community that surrounds the Castaways, the Honeys, RSG, this entire community, I'm extremely thankful for. I'm also thankful for my wife, who puts up with me.
Friends.
Exactly. That's what this community is. A bunch of friends. All right. And then, of course, we now move on to Dickie Darkside's questions. And we all know that they're this or that questions. Dr. Manhattan versus Darth Nihilus.
Dr. Manhattan.
Really?
Yeah.
Why are you going Dr. Manhattan? Darth Nihilus just consumed the world that Dr. Manhattan's on.
Dr. Manhattan can instantly teleport himself away from danger and split himself into a... So, Darth Nihilus, yeah, I'm going to annihilate you. There's one here and one here and one here and one here. Oh, there's one behind you as well. just melt him with radiation. So it's Dr. Manhattan straight away.
All right.
No contest.
Darth Treya versus the Scarlet Witch.
I'm going to say the Scarlet Witch because she's much, much hotter than Darth Treya, and I really, really want the Scarlet Witch to survive.
Oh, come on. Before she became Darth Treya, though?
Yeah, even before she became Darth. Yeah.
I disagree.
I'm not talking about MCU Scarlet Witch. I'm talking about Marvel Scarlet Witch. The original Scarlet Witch from the Avengers. The way that she was drawn.
I'm going to say Scarlet Witch as well would win, but you had said that Scarlet Witch is high. I mean, Treya before she became Treya. All right, Darth Sion versus Solomon Grundy, born on a Monday.
I'll go with Darth Sion there.
See, we're at different ends there. Solomon Grundy, just because he no longer gives a crap. Sion, had ambition. Solomon had nothing left to lose. All right.
Next.
Who can sink a ship faster? An actual Kraken or Kathleen Kennedy?
I mean, if I'm going to be funny about it, I'll say Kathleen Kennedy. But if I'm being literal, then obviously a Kraken.
Yeah, because we still have Star Wars.
Actually, no, not even. It doesn't even work in a comedic context. It would have to be the Kraken because the question is who would sink a ship faster, Kathleen Kennedy or a Kraken? If she tried to sink the ship, she would fail.
Because there's too many people who are keeping the ship afloat, right?
Yeah.
All right. Snoke versus Skeletor.
Skeletor.
And we'll be back next week with more disturbing questions. Mara Jade versus Black Widow.
Mara Jade.
Force sensitive.
Hands down, Mara Jade. she would be beaten in the first 5 seconds. Black Widow. Gone. Dead. Finito.
All right. Dash Rendar versus Han Solo that you bought from Wish.com.
Still Han Solo. Because he's always going to shoot first. It doesn't matter who you put him against. It's like, right, okay, so it's you versus you, and I'm just going to shoot, bang, he's dead. Han's going to shoot first, so it's always going to be Han Solo.
And Kyle Katarn versus the Matrix's Neo.
I'll go with Neo because he can, stop objects flying at him. So Kyle Katarn's not going to be able to throw anything at him with the Force because Neo will just go. And if he gets close to him with that lightsaber, Neo will just fly away from him.
That you know what? You changed my mind. I was going Kyle Katarn because of the lightsaber skills, but Neo's in the power of flight. There we go.
Exactly.
JJ Manners asks, who would you like to see from the original trilogy brought into the new Kenobi film?
I
would like to see Jabba the Hutt. Since he's on Tatooine, I would like to see if Kenobi had dealings with Jabba the Hutt in the new canon.
There's a couple. There's a few characters. I definitely want to see Greedo in there. I'd really like to see Greedo in there because Greedo. Putting on my extended universe hat here, Greedo did have a couple of stories. There was a couple of decent Greedo stories. before his untimely death at the hands of Han Solo. So I think Greedo would be a good one. Who else would be a good one? Yeah, no, I'll just go with Greedo.
All right.
I'd like to see Greedo.
All right. So, and that completes all the Patreon's questions. We do have an announcement regarding the rest of the year for the show. We may not have a standard show for. I think we're going to still have a standard show on the 12th or on the 10th of December. Possibly the 17th. But Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve will likely be pre-recorded and likely be without guests. But that also brings to light next week's show, which may be on a Saturday.
Yeah, I'm moving house, guys. I'm literally closing on Friday. So it's not going to happen. Not going to happen.
So we're going to see if we do a show on the 4th. We may do a mini show on Monday or Tuesday of the following week. So don't expect a show next week at our normal time, but we will have, content for you because there's going to be a release of most are speculating Mara Jade because of the leak.
When Mara Jade goes live, I go live. It's as simple as that. Mara Jade goes live, I go live.
And then
I'll be blasting through that marquee, and then I'm going to be pissing away crystals trying to get her at 7 stars. And I'm only going to finish it if I get the 330. But yeah, she goes live, I go live.
Yeah,
so I can start simping on her.
And we will be, we'll at least cover what comes to the game. We will still have Hellion the Noob. We'll still have story time with Uncle Thad, but we will likely not have guests, possibly for the rest of the month. We will see what happens, but we appreciate all of the support that you guys provide to us. Other than Mara Jade, and you going live, do you have any plans of taking the channel online to do anything, Neil?
I don't know. I've got a busy week. I've got stuff to pack, things to organize. I don't know. I just don't know. I really, really. I don't know.
Yeah,
I might not. I don't know. It depends exactly. It just depends how I feel like it. It's my whim.
Stay tuned to the Discord for show dates and times. We will try to communicate as much as we can in advance, so you guys can.
Notification will go off if you see me.
Yes.
Yeah, the notification will go off if I'm online. If it's midweek, if it's not a Friday, then it's me going live.
Yeah, and then we will also be doing. Christy and I will be on Vault 37 Studios playing more Lego, and hopefully, I'll join up with Nooch for some Castaways. Maybe here, maybe there. We'll find out. It'll be fun. But it was this has been a fun show, Neil.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, any final thoughts before we sign off?
No, I'm all good, mate.
All right. Well, that being said, we'll see the Patreons in the after show, and also Twitch subscribers. If you are subscribed on Twitch, we'd love to see you as well. But until then, be nice to each other, damn it, and we'll see you next time. Neil?
Yeah, push the button.
Don't mind if I do.
What's going on? Where the hell are we? Paris?
Thank you for pressing the self-destruct button.
Attention! This is Colonel Sanders in forward command. Abandon ship! Abandon ship! All personnel proceed to escape pods. Close down the circuits. Evacuate the city. Self-destruct mechanism has been activated. Abandon ship! Where is it? Where is it? It's gonna be here. Out of order! Even in the future, nothing works.
This ship will self-destruct in exactly 10 seconds. Counting down. 10, 9, 8, 6.
What happened to 7?
Just kidding. 3, 2, 1. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Hello, friends. This is Thaddeus from Going Nerdy. The Escape Podcast was filmed in front of a live studio audience full of tweaked out murder bears.
Sit, Boo Boo, sit. Good dog.